Stretches with Perry. You are watching Stretches with Perry. First, let us stretch our arms out sideways. Stretch your arms out sideways. Farther and farther. Wider and wider. Stretch them as far as they can. Stretch your arms until they circle the entire planet and meet on the other side. Very good, very good. Now, stretch upward. Reach up until your arms stretch all the way to the height of the sky. As you reach, friends, and touch the sky, you are watching Austin's beloved Perry Logan in Wingnuts Anonymous. And welcome to the Rose Bowl Parade, January 1st, 2009. Where the winning float hands down is the really rather grotesque Republican screw-up float. Yes, it was the Republican screw-up float made entirely out of crockuses. The Republican screw-up float, the biggest float ever made. Hello and welcome to Austin's beloved Perry Logan on New Year's Day 2009 in Republican Screw-Up Float.
Hey. This is Perry's smarter brother Jerry. It is January 1st, 2009. I regret to say that Perry was celebrating a little too much on New Year's Eve. You know, the left has a lot to celebrate. The Democrats have a lot to celebrate. Woo! Woo! Hey, let's celebrate with the Democrats. Woo! Woo! Okay, I'm glad you're happy too. Well, the long and the short of it is that Perry can't do his show. I'm sorry, Perry cannot do his show. He was going to do a show called Wingnuts Anonymous, but he's just too, wasted. Happy New Year, everyone. Woo! Woo!
And now, because Perry is too hungover to do his show today, we are thawing out Perry Logan Clone, number 76925.
Hello, this is Perry Logan Clone, number 76925. Perry is too hungover.
Perry is too hungover to do his own show. So I, Perry Logan Clone, etc., am going to do his show. That's the deal. I'm sorry, Perry can't do his show. In case you just tuned in, give me a break. Thank you for watching. It's January, thank you for watching. It's January 1st, 2009. An ambivalent world looks on, wondering, can the wingnuts ever heal? I, Perry Logan Clone, number 76925, don't think the wingnuts can ever heal. Until they join Wingnuts Anonymous. Wait a minute. Malfunction!
This is your brain. Not much to look at, is it? This is your brain watching The Perry Logan Show.
Malfunction, 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 malfunction. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hi. Oh, hello. I finally rose up from my bed of pain to do my own show. I did think I owed it to you to show up here, and I would like to thank all my good friends for filling in for me while I kind of finished watching the Rose Bowl parade and got it. But I heard something about how these are ambivalent times, and I thought that was a pretty good point, that we're all feeling a little ambivalent right now at the start of a new year. Don't you think so, Perry? No, I don't think so at all. I think we're full of hope. The good guys are in control. We're going to get those Republicans herded out of the country and into Utah in no time. What do you think of that? That makes no sense at all. Here, let me freshen up. Oh, I feel much better. I feel much better, and I hope you're feeling better too. All right, but it's New Year's, and we're all very ambivalent. How could we not be, right, Perry? No. I'm not going along with any of it. Look, we're bailing the big corporations out. We're doing the right thing. I know it's a bummer. Hey, everybody's mad about bailing the corporations out, but don't you understand? When you let corporations get that big, they are part of the government. They are ipso facto part of the government. Would you think about that?
Oh my God, no matter what you say, Perry was right. When corporations get too big, they become ipso facto part of the government.
Well, that's what, I guess nobody wants to say this.
Nobody wants to say this, all right?
Hey, nobody wants to say this because we live in a kind of a capitalist, biased world. Hi. It's kind of a capitalist bias going on, isn't there? Yeah. It's very hard for Americans, saturated as we are with pro-capitalist poobah. Pro-capitalist poobah. Pro-capitalist poobah. Pro-capitalist poobah. We are so inundated with pro-capitalist poobah. We are so inundated with pro-capitalist poobah that we can't see the obvious signs that capitalism doesn't work. Here, on the streets of Austin, Texas, we have incontrovertible signs that capitalism doesn't work. But that's blasphemy, isn't it? Okay. Well, Channel Austin and the web are the places where you can say things critical of capitalism that Americans might hear. Now look, here's my argument. The corporations have had it their way for the last 8 years. Wait a minute, yeah, why are they being bailed out in the first place? Look at this, look back. Bush got in, the Republicans got control, ouch, painful memories, and handed the Treasury to the corporations on a platter. Handed the Treasury to the corporations on a bloody platter, and they had like no taxes to pay. They had no onerous regulations to slow them down. Bye-bye environment. Bye-bye Great Lakes. Bye-bye atmosphere. Bye-bye a lot of things. The populace be damned. It was time to enrich the corporation. In just like a most blatant way. They had it their way. That's what I'm saying. They have nothing to explain why they suddenly need money. See, that's what I mean. The only conclusion is that, well, it doesn't work. Capitalism doesn't work. Let's start over. Now, let's take it from the top, you see. They had their whole menu of things given to them, okay, during the last 8 years. And as you probably know, they have been living the life of Riley in the last 8 years. Let that soak in. Oh, don't you remember these giant corporations had it all their way? The entire U.S. treasury was being poured into their maws. The entire U.S. treasury was being poured into their mammoth, gaping, endless, hungry maws. And now they're out of money. What's the deal? Hey, wait a minute. The corporations really and truly, come on now. This cannot be denied. This cannot be gainsaid. They had the treasury handed to them on a platter. And they were doing well, were they not? Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. They were doing exceedingly well. They were. They were getting all the wealth, and they were making more money than ever. Don't you remember the record profits? Do you remember the corporations calling out for help when it was going their way? So, the just almost psychotically pro-corporate Bush administration. Psychotically pro-corporate. Oh, if you have room on your body for another tattoo, may I suggest psychotically pro-corporate Bush administration. This would look good across your forehead. Just kidding, but maybe for a day or so, across your forehead. Psychotically pro-corporate Bush administration. Okay, and they had the world handed to them on a platter, so to speak, and were indeed making and reporting, pretty much all the rules against corporations have been dropped. No, and here's my point. Having had it their way, just like non-stop. Give it to you, and non-stop. Give it back to me, non-stop. I said to give it back to me, non-stop. Okay, I think we've made our point. Silent! All right, but non-stop. The corporation totally had it their way. They were making money hand over fist. Why are they being bailed out?
When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another.
Hello, this is Thomas Jefferson. That's right. This is the Thomas Jefferson, proud and happy to pay a visit to the Perry Logan Show. My friends, to those who say we must do everything according to the Constitution, to those who say we must do everything according to the Founding Fathers' intent and everything according to the letter of the Constitution, I say to you, hey, get real. Hey, this is Thomas Jefferson saying, if I could get over there, I'd smack all of you bloody, founding father worshippers upside your big fat heads. Guys, this is Thomas Jefferson speaking to you from heaven. There's been an industrial revolution, guys. Hello, Thomas Jefferson calling conspiracy guys, libertarians, right-wingers of all stripes. Hey guys, there's been a bloody industrial revolution. Since we wrote that Constitution, would you stop worshiping us? God, if I were there, I'd smack you upside the head. God, I hate right-wingers. God, I, Thomas Jefferson, I hate those goddamn right-wingers, those goddamn Republican traitors. Republicans are traitors. Republicans are traitors. This is Thomas Jefferson. Remember, Republicans are traitors. Republicans are traitors. And when they come to the spiritual realm, me and the other founding fathers will be waiting there to kick their butts. But my friends, you look to be in need of a review.
That's right, it's time for a symbolic representation of the show so far. Jefferson, cracking my knuckles, waiting to kick the butts of all those people who are trying to go according to the founding fathers and the letter of the Constitution, trying to forget there's been a bloody industrial revolution. Now back to Austin's beloved paraloging in Wingnuts Anonymous. I wonder what that means.
Hi, you're watching another silly show. This one's called Republican Screw-Up Float. Or is it called, I keep changing my mind, or is it called Wingnuts Anonymous? Just a thought, okay? It was just a thought. I was just thinking that if people can quit alcohol, can control their alcoholism through Alcoholics Anonymous and other worthy organizations, well, then they can damn well quit being wingnuts, that's all. Hey, is this so controversial?
Is this so controversial?
Okay, is this so controversial? All right. I don't mean to be bent out of shape, but it is New Year's Day. If I look weird, it's New Year's Day. And a very pleasant day it is here. I've taken time out from watching the Republican boner float. The show may be called Republican Boner Float. I'm just totally ambivalent. First and last, neocon president is like nationalizing banks. At least I heard that W was nationalizing banks. Now how's that for poetic justice?
How's that for proof? The right-wing God is a weak God.
I think we have proof, not only that capitalism can't make it on its own. I mean, if they couldn't make it when the Republicans were giving them everything they wanted, they can't make it. Capitalism doesn't work. Quod erat demonstratum. Off you go.
Quod erat demonstrandum. I guess that's what Perry's saying. Here at the very center of everything is the Republican God. Yes, this is the Republican God. This is the Republican God. And what a fantastically weak and impotent God it is. What a fantastically weak, drug-addicting, child-molesting, traitorous, murderous weenie he is.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Despite what the true believers say, every time they get their shot, they fail. Every time they fail, they try to blame the Democrats. The right are as predictable as the sunrise. I'm waiting for the Heritage Foundation report, proving the George W. Bush administration was Bill Clinton's fault.
Newsflash. Heritage Foundation releases report proving the entire George W. Bush administration was Bill Clinton's fault. Now back to Perry.
There. See? The writer's predictable as a nervous tick. And now, a nervous tick. Nervous tick, nervous tick, nervous tick, nervous tick, nervous tick.
Hello, I'm a nervous tick. Yes, I'm very nervous. Don't make me any more nervous. I'm a nervous tick. Please be advised. Republicans are as predictable as a nervous tick. They screw up and blame the Democrats for everything. Even a tick can see that. Even a tick can see that. Now back to Perry.
How fitting to have a tick. A nervous tick on the show, as which Republicans are as predictable. Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to a weird show called Wingnuts Anonymous. You see, Perry's concern is that until the Wingnuts realize they're totally out to lunch, they will never heal from the humiliating electoral defeats they're starting to suffer. You see, Wingnuts can't heal. They can't heal. They need to join an organization called Wingnuts Anonymous. Wingnuts Anonymous, where winners can stop being winners and stop falling in love with catastrophic policies. You see, the evidence would seem to indicate that capitalism has failed. Now, quiet down and calm down. I know this is America, but the evidence, if you just didn't have that bloody pro-capitalist bias, would suggest the bloody corporations have bloody failed. Now, onward and upward with Perry Logan in Wingnuts Anonymous. Oh, it's Mist. Ladies and gentlemen, Mist. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mist. Mist. Where we can reflect on what I think may be a reasonably good insight into right-wing psychology. You see, the right cannot heal. The right has been grievously wounded by its own hand, may I note. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. The right has been, grievously wounded by its own hand.
It's as if they had shot themselves in the foot over and over again.
It would be funny if people weren't getting killed. It would be funny if the environment weren't down the toilet. It would be funnier if the infant mortality rate in the United States had not started to go up for the first time in 40 years. Thank you, Republicans. Thank you. As we wander through the world of Mist, I would like you to thank a Republican for helping to get the infant mortality rate in the U.S. up for the first time in 40 years. Thank you, Republicans. But don't you see? Until the right admit their screw-ups, they cannot heal. Perry's right. They need to join. They need to form an organization called Wingnuts Anonymous.
We know that alcoholics have the ability to control it through different organizations and different mental disciplines. Republican mental discipline. Republican mental discipline.
Republican mental discipline.
Okay, not to be sarcastic, but well, alcoholics can do it. Smokers can do it. More power to all of them. Republicans can't do it. All right. So perhaps the premise of the show is a pipe dream, okay? Hey, no. No, that's the only hope. They've got to have meetings where they say, I'm Bob, and I was a wingnut, or I'm a wingnut. I guess they'll have to say, we'll model it after other famous organizations, and we'll be like, I'm a wingnut, and I'm helpless. I can't read the signs. That capitalism really doesn't work. Oh, come on. I mean, on its own. Okay, let's compromise here. Let me just be not so radical. Let me be a little less radical and say that, I'm pretty sure capitalism is a powerful tool for the good. Oh, come on, man, but it needs to be controlled. Don't give me this insanely capitalist bias that you hear almost everywhere. Is that, oh, no, they can't screw up. Oh, well, where do you hear this? You hear it from the good old libertarians, and you hear it from the spirit of Milton Friedman. Listen.
Hello! This is the ghost of Milton Friedman.
Give me a break, Milton. I'm pretty sure that what we're going to see in the future, the next time the right gets its wind back. Sorry, I brought this up. The next time the right gets its wind back. They will just go back to the same things. They will try to deregulate everything. They never change. They are as predictable as a nervous tick. Check this out.